What's up, Peep Squad? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. So let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about Black Ink Crew. There's been so much drama going on between C's and, his daughter and also his baby mother, Crystal. And the reason why you have Crystal coming out here making her allegations and basically showing police reports and calling C's out is because on the latest episode, C's is talking about the situation that went down between C's and his daughter, that allegedly there was physical altercation going on with C's and his daughter, and Cheyenne basically feels like, she had to leave, C's house because she went to live with C's. And then C's is on, the episode talking about Cheyenne, basically betraying him, and he couldn't believe that he would ever be betrayed by his daughter, the person that he loves the most in this world, and things of that nature. But he's still right there next to Suzette too as well. And as you guys know, Suzette, went back and forth with Cheyenne on Instagram, and Suzette said some horrible things, and Suzette says she's a part of mental health and things of that nature, that she works in the community, a counselor or something of that nature, but yet she is arguing online with her man's daughter, and she's underage, she's not an adult. So that situation totally looks bad. And then right after that situation happened, C's was at the bowling alley with Suzette and talking about family, and then C's is at Disneyland, Disney place somewhere with Suzette and her children, and it's basically looking like he threw Cheyenne away to the curve. But C's saying that's not the case. She blocked me, and she don't want to talk to me. And Crystal's basically saying that's not true, that C's never called, he never checked on his daughter, he never had one concern after Cheyenne left and went to New York, because C's was doing his own thing. And also Crystal accused C's of being a TV dad and using her for a storyline and using their daughter for a storyline too as well. The situation is really sad. It's just really like, if you're not going to have Crystal's side of the story, you're not going to have Cheyenne's side of the story on the network, on the show, basically expressing how they feel and what happened and how they can make it better. And C's that doesn't have a counselor there. C's put in so much work to help Young Bear and her family and all things in that type of arena. But yet when it comes to his daughter, he's just basically on TV talking about how bad he felt betrayed. He loves her the most. But at the same time, by you talking about her in this situation and there's no resolution, and if you're really not putting in the work to be with your daughter, you're not flying to New York, you're not outside of her house in New York trying to be there, trying to, scoop her up, that's a situation where it looks like you're just talking about it for a storyline. But in any event, C's has to address the situation because it hit the media like crazy. But I think Crystal and, Cheyenne should have been on the show, and there should have been some type of counseling, some type of family therapist or something going on with the situation where Crystal is brought on with Cheyenne and they're getting counseling, they're getting help. C's is doing that too as well, because it just seems like, you got a father bad mouthing his daughter, and now the mother got to jump in and bad mouth the father. So basically that creates a huge wedge between father and daughter. And on top of that, talking about the situation and basically pointing all the fingers at Cheyenne, it just don't look good. It just don't look right. You know what I mean? It just looks really, really bad, because one of the things that we could count on with Black Ink Crew is whoever was a father was a good father when it came to C's, when it came to Ryan Henry, when it came to Don, when it came to, Van, and things of that nature. But and Walt too as well, but Walt had child support issues and things of that nature. So it just seems like C's is just adding fuel to the fire with his daughter, and now they're reliving this whole situation over, and there's no really healing to the situation, there's no conclusion to the situation. You don't see the efforts of C's working towards making it better with his daughter, or filming himself outside of his daughter's house, or filming him going looking for his daughter, showing up wherever she may be. You don't see that. You just see him sitting down, talking about his daughter Cheyenne, and basically said he tried to call her and then his block. And people are saying that that's not the case with Apple phones. You don't know when you are blocked with an Apple phone. So let's just get into the situation and just talk about it. Lord have mercy. It's just really sad. So we get to the situation where the crew is back in Atlanta and they're going to be working at Caesar's new shop, because everything in New York is closing down. Donna dog comes through and poop on the floor, and Caesar's like, Lord, this is a $10 million mansion and you got a dog out here pooping. And then we get to the situation where Suzette and Caesar met, and Suzette saying basically Caesar flew her out and everything was good, fine and dandy and all that other good stuff, and he wasn't trying to get with her. He wasn't trying to put his eggplant on her or nothing like that. And then you have Tati basically said it's because he got a little pee-pee. So I was like, Lord have mercy, Tati, what's going on? You tried out C's too? You done already tried out Donna and Alex, so what's going on with this situation? She just getting down to the nitty-gritty. It is what it is. But they are eating chicken wings that is covered with gold. I want some gold chicken wings too as well. For real, for real. Let's get down to the situation. And so C's, he confronts Donna and Alex because they were chilling with Walt, and he's basically questioning whether their loyalty and telling Donna she better stay away from Walt, and he doesn't like that, he doesn't appreciate that, and basically saying it's a violation. It's a whole bad situation. So C's is chastising Donna and Alex at the table. Alex, when are you going to get tired of being chastised? Like, Lord have mercy. C's is always chastising Alex because he's with Donna and he be taking them shots and throwing them shots. I'd be like, Lord, Alex, you better do something. You better get on the ball with the situation. Like, what's happening? And, Donna basically is trying to defend herself and say that Walt owes her some money. And plus, she just can't throw him away. She wants to find out what's really going on, what's really happening with Walt. So she's very concerned. But Caesar's not trying to hear that situation point blank, period. He don't want to hear none of that. But I want some of them chicken wings, baby. And then, it just goes downhill from that situation. And Caesar's basically saying, cut off Walt or you're going to be cut off. And he's basically giving her an ultimatum. And then Spider, he jumps in and he's basically kissing C's tails. I mean, he is boot licking, butt kissing. He is doing the most because you know what? He need lipo and he need to get his teeth fixed. So therefore, he's trying to get a main spot. He's trying to be entertaining. He's trying to be, charismatic. He's trying to show his loyalty. He's trying to start some ish. He be doing the most because he want to get some veneers quick, fast, in a hurry. And a haircut too as well. But let's get to the situation. Now we got Donna being confronted by Puma. Puma's feeling a certain type of way because Donna's basically saying the dinner went bad because C's, kind of got at her because she was saying what's up, to Walt, and she wanted to check on him. She said, I've been friends with Walt, been knowing him for 7 years. Well, I've been really close friends with him for like 5 years. And Puma said, no, it's disloyalty. I was like, Puma, you was on the outs, you was on TV crying, you was swearing that you got beat up, people was shooting at you and everything. I mean, they totally iced you out and you wasn't on the show for a long time. But in any event, Puma is not trying to lose his spot again. So he is telling Donna she is wrong. And Donna's saying that he's my friend, and Puma saying, no, you guys are TV friends. And she's like, no, but when things were wrong with you and C's, I went to go visit you. He's like, but we still just co-workers. We still that friends. So I was like, damn. So Donna's looking at the situation like this is not a good look, point blank, period. Donna is feeling a certain type of way. But in any event, she's just going to move forward. And now we have the sit down between Ted and C's. And basically, Ted, want to ask C's like, what's going on with the situation? Like, what's happening? Like, what's good? I ain't gonna play no games with you. I seen everything on social media, and that was really a sad situation. And Ted is basically kind of upset. He's kind of infuriated with the situation, and he feels like C's should have never let or still should be with Suzette after Suzette disrespected his daughter. And, Teddy is feeling a whole type of way. He was like, she should be done. She should be dead, and she should be gone. Like, come on. Nobody can disrespect the queen. Nobody disrespects your daughter, and then you still chilling with them. And so Ted is basically telling C's that he needs to sit down. He needs to have a conversation. He needs to keep in contact with Cheyenne before, it goes away. Like, they don't have more time together. The distance gets really real. So in any event, he's trying his best to let C's know, like, this is not a good situation, point blank, period. And Donna is like, everybody's like, So, this is the first time that Teddy, really stepped up to the situation and really was real with C's and was 100%. And so this is where C's tells his story, where he feels like, he told, Cheyenne to go do her chores, and she did not do her chores. And so that was a problem, and that was a situation. In any event, he said that she was blasting music real loud, and then, he put her on punishment. He sent her to her room, and he was going to take her music from her. And so basically him doing that situation, she got upset, and things just went, bad. And then, he didn't hear anything about the situation. He sent her home back to her mother, and basically 3 months later, he's hearing that he's being accused of abuse and things of that nature. And he said he had so much on the line, he could have lost it all. And he was like, I've been betrayed by my daughter, betrayed by my only child. And Teddy was like, yo, that whole incident is trash. Teddy's not trying to hear it. He was like, are you happy with Suzette? That whole situation is trash. And he tells C's that, what we went through. We didn't have our fathers, so you need to be in your father's life. And C said, oh my God, this is my karma, because I did my parents wrong. I was a bad kid. I was a bad teenager. That doesn't mean it's your karma, because you could have handled that situation with your daughter quick, fast, in a hurry. First of all, you could have ensured, Crystal, that she was going to be all right. And then you probably could have put your daughter up in a different place to stay. And then the next day, you guys make an appointment to go get some counseling, eat, talk about the situation, and try to work it out, instead of flying her back to New York and not talking to her allegedly and just calling her on the phone. You got to really show that you love your children and you there for them no matter what they do, that you got their back, especially she's a young girl growing up in New York. She needs her father. She needs to know that she has unconditional love from her father. And also at the same time, you have to be stern and let her know some of these behaviors is not going to work. At one point in time, he has to tell his daughter that I'm moving on, and I wish your mother the best and everything of that nature, but our relationship needs to be separate from your mother. And some of these things that you are hearing are not true. And let's go to counseling. Let's work on it. And we're going to bring your mother in the situation so we can work this out as a family, and we can show on national TV, this is how a father is supposed to do it. This is how a father is supposed to treat his daughter and handle a situation that could have really got ugly, because at the end of the day, Cheyenne that be asked to be brought into this world. And yes, she may feel a little jealous that you are there with Suzette's children. You're taking care of Suzette and her children. You're taking them places. You're doing things with them when she's back in New York all by herself. So, you have that situation too as well. So there's a whole lot going on with Black Ink Crew. They need to get it together and work it out, baby. Because this just looks really bad, C's. No matter how you slice it, how you dice it, it looks bad. And yes, we know Crystal done chased you down for some child support money, but C's is out here talking about he's hurt, he's emotional, disturbed. But then at the same time, we're hearing from Crystal that you don't even reach out to your daughter and talk to your daughter. And there's also training and behavior modifications that you can do with your daughter too as well. When you got money, there's no limit to the things that you can do to change your environment and also open up minds and open up eyes, and that is your daughter. And you can use people that are professionals to help you with that situation, and also put Cheyenne in a counseling group with young teens that are dealing with parents that are separated and have moved on with their lives. But in any event, It is what it is. And I don't know what's going on with, Puma's girlfriend, but this right here did not look right. I just had to let you guys know. So now we get down to the situation that at the new shop in Atlanta, and we have, Tati thinking that she knows it all, basically bossing people around, telling the new manager that she don't really know what she's doing, and she's taking over because, Tati is the road manager for Atlanta. So now she's coming in acting like she is, Queen Betty in this situation, that she knows it all, and she's doing everything and anything that she can do to make anybody look bad around her, because she's trying to kiss up and she's playing the goody two shoes. She's trying to get that check and keep that money, but in any event, it just makes her more unlikable. And then on top of that, she's still sleeping with, she's sleeping with Alex and Donna. This could be a part of a storyline, but we already know Tati would get it in with anybody, and we know Donna would get it in with anybody too as well. And Alex is here for the ride because he loves Donna. So it is what it is. So Lord have mercy. So Donna's up in the shop. She's not selling her CBD water, CBD juices. She wants to sell swap meet stuff. She wants to sell wigs that cost $700, $800. But in any event, this is COVID. So somebody coming in getting a tattoo can snatch up a wig. You know what I mean? They don't have to go into another shop. You know what I mean? One stop plaza for you. But in any event, you got Alex licking his tongue, because he's looking at, Tati, because they was in the bed the night before, and now they're working together. Ooh. But in any event, Donna's trying to sell her wigs, and Alex is so supportive. He is such a good man. But we got Teddy. He tries on Donna wigs, and he's trying to be cool, and Donna appreciates Teddy being supportive. And also, what Teddy said, he got to take off this wig because he's really starting to look like he is Atlanta. I was like, ooh, shade. And so we got Tati thinking that she knows it all, trying to tell a new manager what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and she's coming in there and she's gonna save the day. Anything to make another person look bad, to make her look like she's better, smarter, and more intelligent, which is not the case, because she's an idiot. And moving on from that situation, we got C's over here sobbing. He wants to see his daughter, allegedly, and he just didn't understand the hurt. He's in pain. He don't know what to do. He's blaming Crystal. He's blaming that his daughter went to go see her mother for a short period of time while she was staying with C's, and she came back with the Tasmanian devil. You should already expect that and know that. You know what I mean? That's why you're an adult. And Suzette should know that too as well, because she's an adult too. That, okay, maybe, looking at her mother's circumstances and then coming back to C's circumstances, she probably feels some things are not fair. And C's is, catering to the little kids, and she didn't have C's like that when, she was a little girl. And people are putting it out there that Crystal kept, C's away from his daughter. So you got all that going on. So you got C's making a fake phone call, and he's acting like he's calling his daughter, and he is blocked. He's doing too much. This is why the shit look fugazi. This is why it falls on you, C's, and you look bad for doing this shit for a storyline at the same damn time. You know what? Fly your daughter out. You flew Suzette out. Fly her out. No, you didn't fly the crew in a jet. I guarantee you VH1 paid for it. But in any event, people are saying you're not notified when you are blocked from an Apple phone. So it is what it is. You guys tell me what you think, you Apple phone people. And so in any event, Steve is talking to an attorney to find out what he can do, what's his rights, basically trying to protect himself. He's on the phone with the lawyer, Blasing the third, when he should be on the phone with a psychiatrist, a counselor, a therapist, and a nurse, and a crisis counselor too, and the lawyer. And he should be back in New York seeing what's good with his daughter, because he damn sure ain't in the shop and he ain't tattooing. So it is what it is. And so we got Donna. She wants to set up her booth, and then we have Tati that gave Donna's booth to somebody else, and Donna is feeling a certain type of way about the situation, and she's feeling pretty perturbed. And she was like, we gonna fight, girl. And we have Tati basically saying, we done gave your booth to somebody else, girl, because we wanted to put the piercing artist in that area. The piercing artist was in the closet, and Donna basically saying, then put the piercing artist back in the closet. Lord. Donna is a trip. She said, put her back in the closet. Put it back in the closet, for real, for real. I'm just like, Lord, oh, they are doing the most. They are doing the most, like, for real, for real. And it ain't even working. Donna is the only comedy relief for the show. Donna's the only one that's really, trying to make shit happen. And so Donna was like, girl, we just slept with you. And Donna's upset because Donna's feeling like, girl, like, why are you coming after me? Like, you got this title in this position again and you acting like we ain't even friends. And Tati is basically trying to separate business and sexual, relations away from the situation. So it is what it is. And so now we have Crystal, calling out Rock, basically saying Rock needs to be there and protect her and have her back because, he wasn't there before to have her back when it came to Spider coming at her. But Crystal and Spider made up. And so there's a new guy at the tattoo shop is coming for Crystal. They're coming for her because they're attracted to her and they want some of that good. And now she's calling out Rock and embarrassing him in front of everybody. And so he's feeling a certain type of way. He gets up and he walks away. So it is what it is. And then we have Suzette basically questioning C's whether they still have a relationship or no, because C's is acting like he's confused. C's ain't never been confused. C's ain't never thought about leaving. Suzette, C's let that woman disrespect his daughter. It is what it is. That should bring you somewhere where you think like, yo, she should have some type of self-control, where what about if I disrespect her children? What about if I come at her children on a public app and disrespect them, even though her children are disrespecting him? You tell her to handle that situation, and you basically put up the prayer hands and say our family will be stronger and leave it like that. And that's what Suzette should have said. But Suzette felt like, since she's 16, 17, I'm gonna come at her because she's calling out Suzette, saying Suzette is burning, cheating on her father. She got a stank, she got an odor, or maybe it was vice versa. But in any event, now we got Donna. She's ready to go head to head with Tati. Tati's doing everything to be close and be tight to Caesar, and also Tati is trying to be close to Suzette. Anybody that she can use to get to where she needs to get. So you guys let me know what you think about the situation.